Hey everybody. My name is Katie Joy Daffenbach. I'm the co-founder and associate director here at the Athenaeum Center for Thought and Culture. And on July 19th, we're looking forward to welcoming Dennis Quaid to perform on our historic main stage. Ahead of that, I had the opportunity to sit down with Dennis over Zoom and chat about some of the topics that are nearest and dearest to both his heart and our heart here at the Athenaeum, art and beauty. So in this video, we chat about his musical career and his journey in songwriting. We talk about music and performance and how that can be more than just entertainment and truly sometimes a spiritual experience. And then, as we like to do at the Athenaeum, we get a little bit philosophical and we talk about both the meaning and the purpose of art and beauty and its impact on the world and in our own lives. So I hope you enjoy it. First, I'd love to hear, you're both an actor and a musician, just a performer by trade. I'd love to hear you talk a little bit about the power of live performance and that gathering of people, gathering of the community to share a live experience. Can you talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
well, the gathering of people and live performance is when it works really well is fellowship. It really truly is. And it's fellowship, not only in church, in church as it, in worship, but that feeling, that basic feeling of fellowship of being together with your community is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
And that happens in church, it happens at the movies, sports, and in concerts.
Yeah.
And it's I love it. And I love being on the stage is quite unique in that you get to look right into people's faces
Yeah.
and they're blown wide open. They're kind of unawares that the whole sort of social rules of looking at somebody and that we look away or whatever. You're allowed to stare, in other words, and
Yeah.
experience that. And that really, the eyes are the windows of the soul, and that it sends out something, a spirit that is received and good flows back.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, something totally different than listening to it, I would say.
So,
Yeah. Now, what first inspired you to start creating art and writing music?
as a kid, when I got my first guitar, really, I realized I was never going to like really shred a guitar, and so my defense for that was writing. You know,
Okay.
the only guy in the band who could write was really quite powerful, and you know, when you and that's that's basically where it started, and it's kind of an affliction that I've had all throughout my life because it it's always nagging you. You're working on one, or uh, there's forces going on inside you, and you don't know what that is about where it's going to be, or you have
Yeah.
a dry period and you wonder when that's going to break. So I
One or the other.
really have always enjoyed it. It's like I say, it's an affliction because I feel compelled to do it.
Yeah, I understand that. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your songwriting process and going with that, like what inspired you to create this latest album that's pretty much fully gospel,
Uh,
Christian?
Songwriting process is I start out really kind of on the guitar or the piano, and it's kind of a either chords put together or a melody, just like a like a segment of something, or that's kind of just really kind of free flowing consciousness. Hardly ever. Sometimes I do set out to write specifically a song about something, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
an assigned task. But something somebody said or whatever. I mean, you hang around Tanya Tucker sometimes for a while, and she just spurts out the way she talks. She just spurts out song titles, you know, without knowing it,
Like write this down.
or you'll a phrase or something that's
Right.
very commonplace, and you put it in a song and kind of give a new meaning to it or something.
No.
Sometimes it's like that. But anyway, it starts out with a segment or an idea and then expands out from there.
Cool.
And it takes me about a month really to finish a song.
Okay.
And then surprising, I think maybe a lot of people don't understand is that once I write a song and then I have to learn how to play it.
Like it was there, but now I have to make, yes.
Yeah, now I have to like learn how to play it or
That's
learn how to
hilarious.
sing it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's so funny. Um, Taking us in a different direction, just a little deeper, what would you say is the purpose of art?
The purpose of art is to relate to is to make the personal experience universal.
Love that.
That's what it is. Something that's universal is art that hits. It doesn't have to be something that happens in a conscious way. It could be unconscious
Yeah,
or subconscious experience, but it is something that is done by one individual that becomes a universe that is a universal experience. It taps into that.
beautiful.
What really makes art is time. You can create art, but I think I think somebody said it takes 25 years because it has to be multi-generational.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Otherwise, it's just pop.
Right.
Simplicity is the key, I think.
Yeah,
That simplicity makes it universal. And simplicity is uh really sometimes the hardest thing to get to
absolutely. It
because we
was,
get in our own way.
so Shakespeare, like brevity is the soul of wit. Can you say it like simply and um
Yeah.
there's a famous quote by Fyodor Dostoevsky that says, "Beauty will save the world." Thoughts? Do you agree, disagree? What's your reaction to that?
I think it's a great thought. Well, that I also there that's kind of akin to if you save one soul, you save the whole world.
Yeah,
There's something universal in that and in beauty and in order to see beauty then all of the anything that comes to destroy that people are going to protect, but everyone has to agree on it. It's a great um truism, only it's way up there on a pedestal, that
yeah.
statement. Yeah.
Really. Yeah. Now you talk a lot about your relationship with God and this music. Can you talk a little bit about how that's influenced your music and songwriting?
Very, very much so. And um because I think it's a spiritual experience writing a song. And whether it's a gospel song or a religious song to begin with, it's always an expression of one's soul. Songs are sometimes like prayers, really. They express our desires,
Yeah.
uh, and uh, you listen to people in songs, even in like love songs or whatever that are not of the church. They're really prayers that expression of desire, asking for something,
Yeah.
and or a meditation, which I think is the same thing as prayer. An expression of the soul, something deep down inside that we are afraid to talk to or hesitant to talk to about people that we ask God for that which is private, and then
Yeah.
people relate to it, and it's okay because it's in a song.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's something about music that sticks with you too. Like
Yeah.
Remember people's birthdays, and then all of a sudden I hear like a little bit of a melody from the song that I heard when I was 7, and all of it just like comes back, and you're just like, what is that? That in your brain
Mm.
that holds
I'm
on to music in a different way.
right. I'm really so surprised, like children, like my kids growing up, and probably me too. Back then, is like you'd be 6 or 7 and you hear a song once, and they would know every word of it,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
like that, because it imprints in a much different way,
Yeah.
and then than having to read something and then memorize it.
Absolutely. Now I know that we are at time here, so I'll just have one more question for you, which is, if someone was sort of on the fence about coming out to see a show, what would you tell them?
I would say, come on out and because you'll feel better walking out than you did walking in, and that's all we're there for us for it. Everybody's been working hard all week, and they spent their hard-earned money, and I just want to give them a good time.
Awesome. Well, we're super excited to have you
Yeah,
out here at the
right.
Athenaeum coming up soon, so we can't wait.
Fabulous.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. We're eager to hear your thoughts on these topics as well. And we hope to see you at the Athenaeum to meet Dennis Quaid on July 19th. See you there.
Now I'm falling